Welcome to Goat Talk Live.
I don't know. I get a little tired of hearing it, right?
The 99 is terrible. Here, I'm lacking for some reason. It's real white and flabby.
WTF. What are we doing?
Eddie, I tell everybody to listen that we're a really big deal.
Continues to grow and grow and grow.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Goat Talk Live here on Thursday nights. And, well, you notice we got a different face in here tonight. Jake Ellingson filling in. The adult is out of the room, and we can just have a little bit of fun tonight. We're going to break all the rules, I think, tonight. And, yeah, it's going to be a fun time. Jake, thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here tonight. Pat's out for undisclosed reasons. But hey, glad to have you here. What's going on with you?
Oh, not much, man. Just enjoying the time that I have during the summer here and having a blast with the kids on the weekends and racing with you guys here on the weekdays and enjoying life.
Love it. Love it. Well, if you remember, Jake was on the podcast for quite a while, and so it's good to have you back, Jake. We're gonna have some fun tonight. Let's jump right into it. We gotta, of course, thank SAVE22 for their partnership of this podcast. They are the main title sponsor. So as always, we kind of break them down. Don't want you to forget that if you haven't gone to save22.vet, Pat talked a little bit about last week. They had a warehouse that they were trying to work on, almost close to getting it done, and somebody came in and vandalized it, set them back quite a bit. So if if you want to donate a few dollars, you got some. I know times are hard for everybody, but if you got a few dollars you want to send their way, a little bit of love, like, subscribe. Those don't cost a thing. Love doesn't cost a thing either. They said in that song. I think it was Jennifer Lopez said love doesn't cost a thing. So go like, subscribe, love them. That's what you need to do. But go over to @Save22Vet on YouTube, Save22.vet. Share it around. Tell people about it. If you're in the checkout line at Walmart, and it's a long line, or if you're at the deli, which is a thing that we definitely go to, say, hey, you ever heard of Save22? They're gonna be like, who are you? And you just tell them I'm so and so, and here's what Save22 is all about. Whatever you got to do. But don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't done that. If you got a second account, make 3, 4, 5 YouTube accounts and go subscribe. Get those numbers up. But most of all, support them by going and watching Tuesday Talk. And if you're a veteran, you're struggling with anything at all, man, great conversations are had there, and they've got the support you need. Of course, you can message anybody here at GLR, same type of deal, but Tuesday Talk's such a great place to go and just kind of get that support. And man, those guys do a fantastic job. So got to thank our title sponsor, SAVE22. And of course, we've got to thank ATYL Media, Taylor Kitchen, for her support and allowing us to be a part of her media channel here for Goat Talk. It's just a pleasure to be a part of her deal. Got to meet her at Charlotte. Very awesome person. She does awesome work. And we can't thank her for her support. And because of that, we want to help those that support her, which is happyhourracing.com. If you go check it out, I've shown this stuff before, but they got all kinds of cool stuff. Got a little Bud jacket if you want to get back. The Bud's kind of coming back on some schemes. Go check that out. You got a Kyle Larson shirt that I'm going to definitely buy before too long. And a couple other things. So go check out their website. Just make sure that when you do go, that you check out happyhourracing.com/ATYL. Just lets them know that you came from ATYL Media. That'd be a huge help. Got to thank Glove Station as well. Don't forget them. If you need some gloves, go check them out. And then Alexander PCs, which I think it's in September from the 5th to 7th at Sim Expo in Chicago. Goat Locker will be with Alexander PCs for that Sim Racing Expo. So if you're in that area, definitely come by and say hi. If you're looking for a new PC, I know Casey Jones is looking for a PC, and you guys did an incredible job by sending him their way. Said, hey, Daniel Kerkeel, who we'll talk about later, he said, hey, I'm not an expert on this matter, but you send a message to Alexander PC, that'll take care of you. That's what we like to see. and appreciate Daniel Kakeel for doing that. So if you need a PC, now's the time. Go check them out. Prices are coming down a little bit. It's a little bit makes a little bit more sense to buy a PC than a few months ago. So if you're in the market looking for something, now might be a good time. Prices starting to come down. Graphics cards not so out of whack. Alexander PCs. Tell them what you want, what you're looking for. They'll give you some options and let you choose. Give them a budget. So click on that right there. Of course, you can always go to the Goat Locker, the website, with that little QR code that I'll leave up. And if you want to donate to Goat Locker Racing, they've got incredible partners, incredible supporters, but nothing like being supported by your own people. So if you want to donate, go hit that. All right, all the fun stuff's out of the way. So let's jump right into the show. Jake,
Yes, sir.
we're on the the penultimate week. I just like saying that word. Penultimate week of the summer series. It's been a fantastic series. What are your thoughts so far of the summer series? Start with your personal opinion about how the summer series is going, how it's been going for you.
Well, my personal races have been terrible. But overall, throughout, the Sunday trucks, Monday ARCA, the 87s. I ran my first 87 race on Tuesday, and that was just such a blast. Unfortunately, I had to skedaddle a little bit early for an emergency, but the entire week of racing has been so much fun, and I'm actually going to do my first GT3 race in the summer series tomorrow, so it's going to be a blast.
What a first race to jump into, the Long Beach. Last night, how did that go for you? I noticed that you're when I drove by on the first or second lap, you were blue in the pits, so I don't think it went well for you.
No. I got into an undisclosed person, and then when I was coming, I got around, I skated around into the pits, and then got my fast repair, and then coming out of the pits, I hit the brake a little bit too hard, and I spun it around and hit the wall again right out of the pits. So it was just like, all right, let me just park this and watch this race.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I enjoyed the heck out of it. Weirdly, I don't get it. It's the simplest track. It seems like it's just a lot of 90-degree turns and a couple hairpins and a fountain. I don't know why it seems so complicated, but I could not get it figured out. So I thought the last street course that I did in the IndyCar, I wrecked out on lap 2, and I said I'm going to make it to the end. And so I did the best I could to get to the end as slow as possible, apparently. And ended up in the wall on the white flag lap and had to come in and take a fast repair. So I'll take it, though. I finished the race. I was pretty happy. But what a cool track, though. I thought.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I've never raced there. It was when I first got in. Something about, you could tell me if you think about this. Something about it being a street course in iRacing just makes it feel different. It just feels like you're playing like GTA or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm looking for a motorcyclist to run over, but yeah. So really cool track. Impossible to race around though. I don't know. I mean, you obviously had your issues racing around somebody. I don't think I could have passed anybody if I even needed to. Luckily, the couple lap cars that I came up on were gracious enough to kind of let me go on through. But I have no idea how to make a pass there. It even seemed like the long straightaway, even with push to pass, it seemed like it was impossible to get a run on somebody.
It seems like in the Indy car, it's a passing, cleanly is a foreign concept to me, because the whole Sebring incident with Regis, and the same thing pretty much happened with the number 42.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's I need to kind of check myself and maybe try to take a step back and figure things out a little bit before I try to make moves like that.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I don't know where I would have passed anybody. I have no clue. But Nathan Graham kicked everybody's butts last night. He was
God, yeah,
unbelievably fast. I think Gardner took off part of his front wing with some contact, just a miscommunication, and he was still. I mean, at that point, he was already 9 seconds ahead of second place, and he was just freaking gone.
Yeah, I believe until he pit, he had everybody lapped up to second place, and
Yeah.
he was 14 seconds back of lap in second place. I mean, but Nate Graham's just a machine on road courses. That guy is phenomenal.
Yeah, he can. He's just so consistently fast and doesn't really make that many mistakes. That's always a scary combination. We've got some guys that are really fast, but they'll make mistakes from here and there, and that kind of keeps them on the ground level. But Nathan, when he gets on a road course, man, I don't know, pretty much unbeatable.
Yeah, it's hard not to pick him for the win.
Yeah. If he shows up for the, I would love to see Nathan Graham and Ken Huber go at it in GT3s. I think that'd be a fun
Definitely.
show. So
if we can get Cody McElwain back in for
yeah,
some GT3 races,
yeah, we'd all be fighting for 10th. Yeah. Which now you say that, tomorrow night GT3s are going back to Long Beach, so that'll be, I think, a little bit better. It might, for me at least, because the IndyCar just really struggled to push it because you're so scared of making contact, because just the littlest contact, your wing falls off or your wheels
Yep.
flopping around, So I don't know. What do you think about GT3s? So, it's going to be your first race, which is a wild first race to go to. Have you decided on a car yet?
Oh, that definitely got to be the Corvette. I'm a big Chevy person, so definitely going to be riding around in that Vet. And did a little bit of practice, and it's going to be really tight, over the first few laps.
Yeah, especially with the cold tire thing. That's going to make it really, really tough. Ever since the update, the first 2 or 3 laps in GT3 is you can't even race. Like, it's I think at Laguna Seca, I was just they ate my lunch on the initial start. I could not. I was getting run off the track. I just couldn't turn, and everybody was eating me alive. So. I think that'll be tough. I was surprised that at the IndyCar race we didn't have any big issues, in the fountain. We didn't really have any problem for the first couple laps.
No, it was just a first right after the green flag. There was some contact made. I forget who it was, but that was the only contact that I seen in the fountain.
Yeah, that track. If you have a 2-car wreck, that's blocking the whole track. Like, and you come around corners, and if there's 2 cars sitting in the track, you're dead. There's no there's no way it unless somebody calls it out. So it could have been disastrous. So hopefully tomorrow night's not like that. Maybe I'm probably just did the broadcaster curse on it. I don't know. But,
you're no Dan Cunningham now. Come on.
Yeah, good. Well, he picked me last week, and then I think I final destination it because Pat got knocked out with his first pick, and he picked me second, and I didn't get it, so I got the win. So I was happy about that. So hopefully Dan didn't pick me anymore. But yeah, looking forward to that tomorrow night, and kind of I don't know, kind of wrapping up this summer series. It's been a pretty fun series. We've got some new folks. We got a lot of old folks, and the series have been really competitive. The 87 series has been competitive all the way throughout. It's been tough. I mean, the car counts dropped off, but I think that just shows how difficult that car is. I think a lot of people are usually surprised when they get in that car how tough it is to drive that thing, and then also race around others. It's a pretty daunting task.
Yeah, saving tire at Dover was a foreign concept to me for the first 45 minutes of practice. I mean, I just kept roasting the right rear in practice, and I was in the voice chat with Brandon Evans, and I'm like, I can't even figure out how to not burn off the right rear. No matter what I did, it was so far gone by the time I was done with runs. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. It's it's one of those things where it's just so different. It's you run trucks, ARCA, Xfinity, and the Cup's a little bit different now, but they all kind of have I would say 80% of what you learn in each car translates to the next ones. Like you race ARCA, yeah, there's some aero differences. There's not, maybe the power difference makes a little bit of difference how you drive certain things, but they usually have a lot of crossover things. But then you get in the 87 cars, and it's just there's not a lot of crossover. It's not a lot of skills that cross over from one to the other. It's almost like you're kind of relearning everything. The car it's just floating around. It's always kind of just leaning on the right rear a little bit. Then if it's not leaning on the right front rear, it's on the right front, and you're just putting pressure no matter what. It's just a tough car to kind of get going. So I think even the leaders they were struggling with tires. It's not like it was just a certain few people. So, but I love those cars. They make a great canvas to paint on.
Oh, definitely. I have a lot of awesome paint schemes that these guys have put together in the 87s too.
Yeah. So, but let's talk a little bit about Pat's is the best at talking about the nonprofit stuff. We've already talked about the SAVE22, the building being vandalized. We've already talked about the Sim Expo with Alexander PCs, but definitely keep your eyes peeled on that type of stuff. Yeah, we've got. Let's see. Got some new stuff with InVets, which I'm excited about. I feel like I've been missing InVets. So keep an eye out on social media for that type of stuff. Some in-person events with InVets, some summits. Going to be interesting to see. Don't forget about the Veteran Retreat in Colorado with the RHI Foundation. They've got a retreat that's everything's free, everything's paid for. So definitely go check that out. If you're interested in going on that retreat. I think that'd be pretty sweet. Pat was really passionate about it last week, so I know it must be the real deal. So still waiting on the survey to come out, but just keep your eyes peeled for that, guys. When the survey does come out, it's this is the time to get your voice out there. Soapbox, Soapbox, when you type stuff in Soapbox, the idea is that it's just a place for you to kind of get it out. It's not public. It's just for the drivers. And honestly, nothing's ever really constructive in the Soapbox. It's not meant for that. It's meant for you to, hey, I'm frustrated. I just want to say something. And we like that. We like it. We had some new guys in the Soapbox this past week, irritated about the ARCA series. And, while I was in there trying to kind of smooth it over a little bit, I'm happy that they feel like they're passionate enough about Goat Locker that they want to see a change and they want to see some, things being made better, because they say it. We love what GLR does and we think it's some of the best racing. And so we love that. We love that. But the Soapbox is just for that. The survey, though, that gets sent out is for more constructive criticism. Hey, let's make sure that you get your voices heard. If you've got ideas, you got things that you want to see Goat Locker do, that would be the time to do that. Just helps them kind of get a feel for how everybody is feeling and things that they want to see. So go definitely check that out. Oh, when it comes out.
Do the survey.
Yeah, do the survey. The Lincoln Tech Car Show is scheduled for October 3rd. So, keep getting pushed back. If they quit scheduling it when it's going to rain, they would have. Yeah, just don't schedule when it rains.
I've taken vacation days to come to this Lincoln Tech Car Show.
So, hopefully the weatherman can help us out and we can get that thing in on October 3rd. That'd be really, really cool. All right. So, Denver Thurston, give you a rumor. Jesse Love from RCR is considering coming down under to race in Super 2's category at BP Adelaide Supercars Grand Finale. I'm Adelaide.
All right.
Cheers, mate. Well, and I also want to say thanks to everybody that's been helping out our most recent Sim Rig recipient, Alex Sexhauer. He's been running GT3. Some folks have been trying to help him out. I've seen y'all in Discord in the paint shop trying to help him get to. He said he wanted to paint a car. Appreciate y'all always stepping up, helping those guys. It makes a huge difference, and that's the whole point of all this is the community. So definitely don't forget about him and help him out and whatnot. And it's a great time to talk about him as our Warrior of the Month. I don't know. That's not what it's called. I just made that
Warrior
up.
Spotlight.
Warrior Spotlight. You'd think I do this every week that I would know it's not Warrior of the Month, but it's sort of what it's turned into. But I think they've been trying to get it to where it's maybe like a month. But we got a lot of Warriors in here, so we've got we could really do it once a week. I would love to revisit some that we've already had. So, but if you served in the military, if you're a first responder, police, definitely reach out and get your name on the list. We'd love to learn more about you. If you don't race, you don't get on Discord much. Maybe you watch the podcast, which would be really weird if that's the only thing you watched. I feel bad. I don't know. I hope that's not the thing. Get in Discord and chat with us. But yeah, if we'd love to know more about you. We want to know where you serve. We want to know your time in the military or your time in as a first responder. But Alexander Sexauer, he served in the United States Marine Corps for 4 years as a field radio operator. He deployed to Syria as part of Operation Inherent Resolve. He is also recipient of our 10th donated sim rig, and we're proud to have Alexander part of GLR. No doubt about it. So that is our Warrior Spotlight. Well, man, oh man. All right, we shot through that real quick. I don't know any nonprofit stuff you want to talk about, Jake?
No, I mean you covered everything. I mean, going to the Sim Expo. I mean, which is going to be a blast. I'm going to be geeking out on all that stuff out over there, and then can't wait for the Lincoln Tech Car Show. It was such a blast going to that last year and finally meeting everybody and seeing all the beautiful cars. I mean, there was this beautiful like jet black with white racing stripes 68 Camaro. Oh, it was awesome. Mint condition. It was great.
Yeah, all those cars look good to me. That's what I love about those car shows. You go to them and you're like, all right, there's no specific one I love. These all look great. Just so much style in those older cars. Just really, really awesome stuff. Of course, I'm partial to the 87 Monte Carlo. So hopefully they have one of there. If they do, y'all take a picture because I won't be there.
I definitely will.
All right, well, let's talk a little bit about the summer series, Jake. We kind of talked about your experience so far. Talk to us from maybe an admin perspective about how the summer series is going for you. You put in a lot of work to kind of get this going, which we talk about a lot. But it's been a success, yeah.
Oh, definitely. We got high car counts in every single series. Everything's going to dwindle down, or have the AS effect of going up and down,
except for the ARCA series. That 38 people this week, which is awesome.
Yeah, 38 drivers came to race Auto Club, which was amazing. I couldn't believe it. Hopefully that can translate into the fall series. But the summer series is just based off of let's just have some fun. Let's take a step back from the real competitiveness of things, which is so hard to do with a lot of these guys. I mean, if you ever read the Soapbox, it can get pretty intense, from the competitive standpoint. But it's been a blast. I can't say enough, with Dan and who else was on board? You for stepping up, running the 87 series. You guys have done a phenomenal job, and I really haven't had to do anything.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you. I mean, between you and Daniel Kerkeel, y'all kick butt, man. Daniel sends me stuff, and I'm looking at it going, "Good gosh, he's made a whole." He sent me the spreadsheet for the ARCA series, and I'm like, "Good gosh, this looks like somebody paid him to do this." So, yeah. I mean, speaking of, I'm looking forward to the fall series. I'm looking forward to. I don't know if I'm supposed to announce this, but I feel like I'm gonna anyway. Because there's no oversight here, so nobody told me not to, so I'm gonna just say it. I'll get in trouble. So if you see an everyone from Pat that's saying no, this is not the case just yet, that's fine. But the ARC series is going to continue to evolve over time. We've been working on the broadcast side to make that a little bit easier to see, which I'm excited about.
Me too.
I'm excited about trying to split that up to where it, kind of like what IMSA does on their broadcasts, where they have the different classes on the timing tower, just to differentiate. we'll have the banners and the spoilers, I do believe.
Yes.
That'll separate the two classes, but now you'll be able to see it on the ticker who's leading the amateur, no matter where they're running. So if they're running fifth and they're the top amateur, they'll be first on that list. So doing some of that stuff. Of course, that the pro-am will be continued to go on, but the team kind of leaning into the team thing. I think Pat talked about this last week, so I think it's okay. But leaning into the team thing, I kind of did an unofficial one this year, just as a way to kind of maybe hopefully get pros to help amateurs. We want to team them up and maybe give you a reason to, your success. If you're a pro, your amateur success helps you as a team if you're a pro-am team. So, yeah, I think we're going to do that, or y'all are going to do that, where you kind of have a team of a pro and an amateur. And, yeah, you're going to have scoring based on that, that's separate from the point standings. And I think there's going to be maybe a draft that comes out to where the way that the amateurs are selected. So I'm excited for more information about that. I think that the ARCA series is sort of, man, it's kind of turned into this whole thing, man. It's gotten pretty crazy.
It's been pretty involved. Me and Dan message back 9 million times a day. Dan asking questions. I'm giving responses, or telling him, hey, I don't care. Do what you want to do. But the ARCA series for the spring and fall seasons with the pro-am stuff has definitely become a team admin thing. There's no way I would be able to do this all by myself. Dan's been a huge help in taking a lot of the office type stuff and doing that.
Yeah.
So it's
it's a huge undertaking. I know here on the podcast and GLR is always, kind of pumping each other up. And I know maybe for somebody that's an outsider that might sound annoying, but it's so easy to forget how hard it is to do some of this stuff, how much time it takes to do this stuff that iRacing just doesn't do natively. iRacing doesn't care if you're a pro or amateur. iRacing doesn't care if you're a team. It doesn't care. It doesn't point that way. iRacing is so limited when it comes to leagues. You've got Sim Racer Hub, which has so many features that like stage points and stage racing and being able to take the iRacing results and split it up and do all kinds of cool things with it. iRacing, I would love to see a more expanded league functionality. It's so limited, what you can do. And so because of that, you guys have to do all of that legwork, all the points total and keeping up with that and the different, amateur versus pro. And then you have to now going to take on the pro amateur, which, I don't know how y'all are doing it, but I did the easiest way. I just took the point totals and added them together. So I don't know how they're going to do it, but I wasn't going to do any kind of extra work on that. I was going to do it the easiest way possible, but I think that will probably be how it's done. I don't know that for sure, but the draft thing is something I'm interested to see how it plays out. And all this stuff is done by you guys, and Daniel Kikil is a big part of that. And he has big passion for the series, and he wants it to succeed. And obviously, it shows because there's 38 people showing up for race number 7 at Auto Club. So that's an indication that you're doing something right.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into go to the week. I don't know why it's like that. There we go. That's much better. Cover your face up with the logo.
That's fine.
Go to the week is one of our favorite segments, and we just highlight people that just do awesome things. And so as always, if you're not familiar with go to the week, it's picking somebody within the league, usually, or within the nonprofit that has done something that we kind of go, hey, that's awesome. Appreciate you doing that. And so I'm going to start with you, Jake. Who you got for go to the week?
I'm going to go with Regis Clark. From the beginning of the summer series, he's helped me with a lot of setting up a lot of these indie races, and guiding me through on what I need to do and stuff like that. I probably would still be trying to set up one of these indie races now if it wasn't for him.
All right, Regis Clark. I like that. Well, I'm going to go. Let's see. I had a couple that I was going to do, and I clicked off of it. But I was going to go with Skylar Daly, Jamie Lipke, Brandon Wallace, and Regis Clark. So I'm taking a little bit of that, and Tyler Justice as well, who jumped in. Alexander Sexhauer had a question, and they all jumped in. Like it was like a team effort to try to help him get it figured out. So I want to shout those guys out. Goats of the week. Appreciate y'all for doing that type of stuff. All right, what's going on in chat? I nominate Eddie to lead draft coverage. All right. Noah Hogard says I'm 100% making a draft hype video or something for myself. So he's trying to he's doing a little bit of marketing for himself to try to get hired, I guess. Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, do you have any insight on the draft and how that might work? Or y'all still working those details out?
Honestly, we haven't even discussed it yet. We've been working on the pro-am stuff. Just trying to get that sorted out for the summer series, trying to find out, or for the fall series, trying to finding out who's coming back so we can, split things up, the way it needs to be.
Yeah.
So that was our main focus. Probably when the schedules get finalized is when we're really going to start talking about it and figuring out the nitty-gritty details. So probably the week before the fall series starts is when we'll have that draft. Maybe, hopefully.
Yeah. So are we also going to have an in-season bracket tournament?
Oh God! See, now you're taking this too far, Eddie. Too far.
What? Far. Look, I don't mind being the idea guy. I'm coming up with ideas, but I'm not implementing them. So the idea guy's always got the best. He could say that was my idea, and then he didn't have to do it. No, well, that's cool. Can't wait for some more information about that. That series is going to be awesome. But one thing that we'd like to do is, and you know what, it's been picking up here lately, is a soapbox. Activity in there in the past couple weeks. If you don't know what the goat, that sounds like a great broadcaster project, says Daniel Kikil. It's actually not a bad idea now that I'm thinking about it, but that's not the soapbox. That's not the soapbox.
Come on, get on point, Dan.
Yeah. Getting destroyed 3 times by 3 separate people just for the commentators to say, where's the caution when you need one? Where's the O2? Honestly, get fricked, whoever said that. Absolutely wild thing to say, A, in a summer series, B, if you're trying to retain racers. But hey, just my 2 cents. Well, tough guy. We have 700 offices in 150 countries. Better get cracking on all those Google reviews. You're going to have a long night ahead of you. That's if the wife lets you on the computer after 10 p.m. You're running out of time. I wasn't sure. Couldn't remember. A lot of Goat Locker got their black flags cleared during the Indy race. That no one is getting black flags cleared. Do you feel the need to race the top runners for some reason when you're 3 laps down? I had no issues with lap cars. Maybe try not to be a dickhead every night and you might see more grace. It's all right. Let the leader pass and then help me up. It's okay. I don't have high expectations anymore after tonight. There were 30 laps under caution. The pace car led the most laps tonight. How the hell are you going to jump on comms, talk shit about how people are driving, then turn around and dump me, all without even acknowledging what it happened? Maybe you should focus on driving and not running your mouth. You drifted up, but whatever. My rating is worse than yours, so I'm beneath the Premier Series driver. Go frick yourself. My favorite part of tonight was seeing who of all 35 cars had the best brakes when we caught up to the pace car at the same time. The 99 is terrible. I keep hearing this whole learner series thing get tossed around, and I don't think that's a valid enough excuse for some of the things I've seen on track. I'm a lurker, don't say much, race clean, and get used up like a piece of toilet paper, and I keep my mouth shut. But some of y'all should go stick to officials to learn. Some, if not most of us in the Summer Series are using it as an inlet to the Premier Series. Learn to drive, learn the lines, learn car control, when to give and when to take, and some dang common track etiquette would be nice to see out of a large handful of y'all. I just don't think the whole learner series thing is a good enough excuse to drive like shit every week. That's just me. I'm over it. This is the best place by far to race. Just irked me a bushwhacker came in and talked shit about racing and was just as big of a problem as the people he was bitching at. Y'all sound like middle schoolers being bullied. Y'all need to do like I do and write them numbers down, because I can't remember who hit me last racing. When they get close, just bust a cap in their yams. They will learn. If they need my number list, just let me know. Edited. Oh, a good soapbox this week. I appreciate everybody for being whiners and getting in there and complaining and stuff. It gives us a lot of content, and we appreciate y'all. Of course, it's just for fun, guys. It's soapboxes after the race. You're frustrated. Everybody, I say this almost every time. Everybody wants the soapboxes over with the next day. They forget about it, and everybody's cool. Everybody's mad at each other tonight. They PM each other later, and they're cool. So the soapbox wouldn't be something that we would do if it was a big problem and it was causing issues in the league. It's just fun to go back. I've said stuff in the soapbox. Jake, have you ever been in the soapbox? Know the answer to that. You don't need to respond. And we all say things in the heat of the moment. The next day, we're over it. We move on. That's what we do here at Goat Locker. So it's fun to go back and read some of that stuff. It's pretty hilarious. So thanks everybody for being a part of that. But let's move on and let's talk to the chat a little bit. What we got going on?
What you cooking, Jeremy?
Yeah, Jeremy's cooking dinner. He says, but I'm here to learn to appreciate the presents. Oh, so learn to appreciate the presents. Okay. Well, what y'all got? I don't know. We got a little time here to talk to chat a little bit. We got 20 of you in here. So if you got any questions or y'all want to talk about something in particular, anything about in NASCAR or in the Summer Series, anybody have any questions about the Summer Series or topics, not questions, something that you want to talk about or you want us to talk about, let's discuss together. Put in chat what you're excited about, maybe things you're looking forward to as far as GLR related stuff. I'd love to hear y'all's opinions now. I don't know.
I'll tell you what I'm excited for, Eddie. I'm really excited for these fall schedules to come out because there is going to be some changes and it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome.
Nashville Super Speedway every week?
No, sir. No, sir.
A night Nashville Super Speedway race?
I'll tell you what, making the next gen schedule for the fall series, there's a little bit of a surprise on there on the next gen schedule, and hopefully it gets finalized by one of the boss man, and it's going to be fun if he does do it.
What races, what you're going to run in the fall? Have you decided on what series? Because we know we got Xfinity on Sunday, we got ARCA on Monday, Tuesday I believe is going to be the IndyCar, Wednesday Premier Cup Series. You got the SRXs on Thursday after Goat Talk. Friday is the Premier Truck Series, and then Saturday is the GT3 Series. So I don't know if anybody can run all of that. Maybe there's some sort of prize and stuff that we can give away for the Iron Man. Somebody here runs every single series every week, never misses a race. I think that would be a pretty good prize to give out if there's a hat or two laying around. But what you gonna run?
I haven't talked to my wife yet, but I'm gonna definitely cut back on some of the things I run. I'm gonna try to run Sundays just so I can defend the Xfinity champion. But definitely I'm going Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are for sure. But I gotta have at least 2 nights off so I can spend some time with the family and
Yeah.
But I'll hop in races every now and then. It all depends on what my wife's schedule is like at work, and if she works at nights, then I'll hop on. But if she doesn't, we're gonna spend some time, watching movies or cooking or doing whatever she wants to do.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run. I'm not doing any oval stuff in the fall. I think I'm done with oval stuff for a while. Um, I think I'm going to do another season of IndyCar, and I think I'm definitely going to do the GT3 series. So I think those nights I will be on track. Maybe I don't know if I'll run every race, but I definitely want to do both of those again. I've been having such a blast with both series that I want to continue to kind of that learning curve. I don't want to quit and lose all that I've learned so far. Because after last night, I realized in the IndyCar I got a lot a lot of work to do to get caught up for y'all. I couldn't. I don't know how the heck y'all are running those lap times. So I got a lot of work to do. So fall series will help me get it done. Jeremy Garner wants to talk about Jake's pass on him last night. Jake, you wanna talk about it a little bit more? We already kind of discussed it already, Jeremy, but
Jeremy needs to break a little bit later than what I did.
That's always my favorite comeback when somebody runs over somebody. It's usually I know you didn't say this, but I've heard this quite a bit. I didn't know you were slowing down there. That's always my favorite. I didn't know you were going to slow down there.
And well, what happened is I was running behind Jeremy, and I literally did not expect him to break right where he did. I thought he was going to break a little bit, probably like 200 feet later. And then all of a sudden I seen him, and then I hit the brakes, and then I went inside, and I was committed at that point.
Yeah. It's like the brakes on those. Once you brake, and then once you go just a tad bit too far, they just lock up.
Yeah. So I mean, it was 100% my fault. Not gonna deny that. It's.
I don't know. Maybe he should have let you know where he's braking next time.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't brake so early, Jeremy. Let's see. At least I still love you. Shut up. No Hogarth saying I'm praying that I even get a chance to join a Premier Series. I like it. Love it. That's the best thing about a Premier Series, that people want to be a part of it. That's the best thing about it. Brandon Wallace, dadgummit. You got me in trouble last week. I got to turn the dang chat off. Quit doing that. Turn it off now. Right, I got in trouble last week because I read something you said and I didn't even realize what you said until I was reading it. I was like Ron Burgundy, just reading whatever I saw. Yeah, the fall series is going to be crazy. There's so much stuff going on. I'm trying to think of some other stuff besides the ARCA series. I mean, obviously, kind of stoked that the IndyCar has been so popular, and obviously the GT3 series. We're still working on trying to figure out how to get these GT3 series broadcasted. I feel like that's the last piece missing in the whole deal is trying to get that thing broadcast, because I think there's definitely a want and desire to do it. And honestly, I'm going to race in it. So I'm definitely not going to throw my hat in to broadcast it, because that's a mistake that you make, is going, well, I'll do it. And then you end up, you're doing it forever now. And now you never get them back on track. So, but we do have the people willing to do it. and so we'll see. We'll see how if we can get that thing broadcast. I think that'd be pretty cool. I think that's sort of the last piece of the puzzle.
Yeah, Tim Jones has been begging for it every week this entire year, and we're trying, Tim. We're trying.
Yeah. Well, and the racing has been really good. I think broadcasting obviously offers something that keeps people coming. There's no doubt that the broadcast series always have better participation. And it's just is what it is. People like to see their car. They like to see their hear their name get called. I mean, Jake Cam didn't have any bones about it in interviews. Like, I like hearing my name get called. So and I think if everybody's that likes broadcast series, they were honest. They liked it too. They like to make a cool move, and the broadcasters go, "Oh man, look at that move he made!" So I totally get it.
Honestly, when I watched it, I used to watch every single race back, and I used it to try to learn a little bit, and then when the angles that were given, I was like, well, I'm not really learning, how I was moving this way or moving that way, or how the air affected, the car which way or whatever.
Yeah.
So now I actually spend time on the computer and actually watch the race back from the replays, when I do that. But my daughter, one of my daughters, she's 11, and my God, she's tickled to death every time she sees, the number 27 rolling somewhere into the wall. She's always having a blast.
Well, yeah, and I think that's another great point is that friends and family can watch you race. My grandmother, who didn't know what iRacing was before last season's ARCA series, she gets the link. She watches every one of my dad's races, and I think that's awesome.
Oh yeah,
that's probably one of the better parts. Your family can kind of be a part of it. They can watch, cheer you on, which they definitely do. I got a lot of dirty messages in the past from certain people who wasn't getting shown enough on the broadcast. So the love from the family goes deep. They're hard on broadcasters, but that's what you love. You love to look back in chat and see your mom, your grandmother, your dad, your cousin, your uncle, your best friend in there saying, "Show this person, go here. What's going on with them? Where are they running?" That type of stuff. It just makes it awesome. So, but we'll see. Tim Jones says I'm doing voodoo for a broadcast. So, yeah. But yeah, the GT3 series I'm excited about. I have so much fun since the update. I don't know what some people like it. I don't know anybody that has said they dislike the update so far. But it's really been enjoyable. I've enjoyed the heck out of running that series even more so than the one in the past. So I can't wait for that series to pop back up and hopefully try to get a little bit better. I've been kind of hitting a plateau with stuff. I know I've gotten better on road courses because I've been running. I ran the GT3 stuff a lot in the winter and the last summer, and then I came back and we have a couple road courses on like the next gen schedule and the ARCA schedule, and I noticed that I was running way better than I would normally. I was ahead of quite a bit of folks that I felt like I used to try to chase. And so I knew then, okay, it's helping me. It's helping me get better, but I feel like I'm sort of hitting a plateau here where I don't really know how to maybe kind of get that, like get to that next level. So I'm hoping
get that Nate Graham speed.
I don't think I can get there. But this season I did have a really good race with Brian Provo, which is a fantastic road course racer too. He's right there with Nathan Graham. And I was able to race with him at a track. I can't remember where it was, but that was really nice. It was nice to say, okay, cool. We've been able to kind of elevate at least on certain tracks. Some tracks I go to, I just feel lost, and then some of them I take to immediately. So yeah, I'm hoping to get better on that type of stuff. Let's see. Well, what else we got going on? Nobody's really bringing any topics to the chat, but we appreciate y'all being there. You got something you want to talk about, we'll definitely talk about it. Alan Smith says, how will the teams work in ARCA? We talked a little bit about that already. We don't really know 100%, but now my dogs are barking.
Yeah, well, we're just ironing out details for certain things first before we move on to the next project.
Yeah.
It's with the ARCA series being pro-am, it's an undertaking to say the least.
Yeah. So, well, they'll announce all that stuff coming up. But yeah, so a lot of momentum behind that ARCA series. So I like that. Maybe that needs to be the premier Oval Series. You get a championship belt for that one. Maybe I can get one retroactively sent to me. Well, I guess we got the one thing left, which is the bracket challenge. Which we'll move through really quick. I'm not going to break down every single one of these, like give a whole long speech like what we did with the other one. So we're just kind of showing the results. And so let me get this up real quick. All right, we'll maximize this. And so we've already moved through the groups here. And so we are in the semifinals. And we had quite a few votes, not as much as I would hope, and voting will be active right as soon as we get done moving these forward, and y'all can go vote. But we had the number 4 from Mike Browning, and the number 22 from Skylar Daly matched up, and the number 4 won by 1 vote. So Mike Browning's number 4 machine will move on to the next round, and then another Black Sheep head-to-head, and it goes to the 085 of James Goshen. And he will defeat Jake Ham. And so we'll have another Black Sheep head-to-head for the final here in this top group, which the Black Sheeps have really got a solid they nailed the retro look. There's no doubt about that. They definitely nailed that sort of feel. So
yeah, I think Mike Browning does all their paints.
Does he?
I believe so.
Yeah, I asked that question. I don't know if we ever got an answer, but yeah, I don't know whoever does it, man. They do a fantastic job. I mean, Jake's is no slouch either. I said I love the stars on there. I think that's a cool touch. So, all right. But over here, we've got the 83 from Daniel Kerkeel and the 13 from Charles Stevens. And by 1 vote, the SAVE22 Goat Locker Racing Chevy Monte Carlo is going to defeat the Goodwrench car. And, Pat was worried that last week that the Goodwrench car was going to go all the way because of the the last bracket challenge that we had. And still love this paint scheme. I think Daniel did a great job, or whoever painted it. But the 84 is going to move on to the next round. So Pat is safe. And then over here, we've got the 000 for Alan Smith, and then the Goat Locker Racing Mountain Dew number 16 machine from Jamie Lipke. And Lipke takes the win this week. So it'll be the 84 versus the 16 for next week. So go cast your vote. One of the most lopsided victories here was the 37 from Jacob Linke, and then you had the 80 from Kevin Price, which I don't know. I think if you see this car on track in iRacing with the spec map, I think it might have performed a little bit better. The picture inside the iRacing just doesn't do that spec map a whole lot of justice. So, but Jacob Linke will go around in that one, and then barely squeaked through is that Jam Printing Promotions 07 machine by 1 single vote over Green Smith's Pontiac. Which that was going to be a tight race no matter what, but the 07, I got to say my clear on favorite at the moment. We'll see how it ends up, but if I was voting, which I don't, that might be somebody I would pick. So there's going to be a matchup for this week. So make sure you're going to vote for these as soon as this is over. You can't vote for them right now because I haven't saved it. All right, down here at the bottom, Noah Hogarth out, and Devin Smith in with Alexander PC's number 24 machine will move on to the next round. And then I'm just blown away by this, but the Goat Locker Racing Haviland from Logan Threlkeld beats this car right here, which is one of my favorites. It's such a good looking scheme. I mean, God dang, I just love it. I don't know if I think Tim he had to have painted this, but it's unbelievable. I don't know what it is. It's the perfect 87 scheme in my mind. So hate to see that one.
What actual paint was that based off of?
Somebody's going to have to help me in chat. I know what it is, but for some reason, all I can think is SAVE22 now that I've looked at it.
Was that
Folgers? Maybe I think it's Folgers. I think it is. Somebody will let us know. But either way, Logan Threlkeld's number 28 machine will go. So we'll have a little, a fun little battle here between the Goat Locker Race and Alexander, these Yates head to head here in this round right here. So there it is. There's your move on to, Tim Richmond Folgers car. And then somebody saying, isn't that Bobby Allison? And then someone saying it's Tim Richmond's Folgers. So there you go.
I thought it looked like a Bobby Allison type paint scheme.
Yeah. Well, Tim Jones says it's Tim Richmond's Folgers. That's his car, so I'm gonna go with him. And so there you go. But he's gonna move on. Or not gonna move on. Excuse me. So there it is. There's your groups. You've got over here on this group, you got the Black Sheep bunch, and then over here on this side, you've got Charles Stevens, Jamie Libke. And then you've got Jacob and Pat here down at the bottom. And then we'll end it right here. So that will, after next week, we'll have our final four. And then we'll have a championship. And then the winner will receive some sort of prize package from Goat Locker. Little fun little thing there. So appreciate everybody's involvement in that. I'm going to go ahead and click save. So you should be able to vote now. Voting is open. So make sure you get your votes in. All right. Well, that gum. Well, it's a pretty good episode. I think I'm out of stuff to talk about.
Here's a final thought.
Okay.
Jeremy asked, let's talk about San Diego on the schedule for next year, and the intro NASCAR put out for Coronado.
Yeah, that was cool, huh?
Oh man, I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, way out of left field. I did not expect them to run at an actual Navy base, but when I saw it, I was like, "What is this?" And then I saw it, and I thought, "What a dumb idea!" And then immediately I was like, "No, what a great idea! What am I saying? Like, this is awesome! How cool is that to race at a Navy base? That's pretty exciting."
Yeah, and to have a new style track, essentially,
Yeah.
and bring it to NASCAR. Maybe they're trying to market a whole different type of person to get more fans in. And hey, what a way to do it than racing at a Navy base.
Well, I like that NASCAR is experimenting. I like that they're experimenting with road courses. I mean, it's a concept that they've shown they can do. With Chicago, which I think was a success. Even though they're not going back, I really do feel like it was a success as far as the racing goes and just the cool factor.
Mhm.
Take NASCAR. We like to think of NASCAR as racing. We're purists and all this, but it's an entertainment thing. It has to sell tickets, and you have to sort of reach into different markets. And I think the days are gone that we spend millions and millions of dollars to build new racetracks. They're just not doing that right now. In the early 2000s, we had like Kansas and a few other tracks that were built from the ground up, but it's just not happening. There's more tracks getting torn down than there are being built. So what better way to take a car that has a pretty good street race product and take it to these different markets and be able to, take this thing that they've learned how to do and apply it in so many different cool ways. So one way that I never thought about doing, which is a Navy base. So I think it's a fantastic idea. Honestly, going to Mexico City, even though that wasn't a street race, it was still, fun to see the cars go to these different places. The NFL does this. They go to London to play. They've gone to Ireland, I think, and done football games there.
Mhm.
So I think iRacing's just taking, a play out of their playbook and saying let's just go and try to attract fans that we can take this circus, and build a tent and do the thing and then knock it down and we move out and it doesn't cost us to maintain it. It doesn't cost the track. Tracks are always fighting for the dates on NASCAR schedule. They're fighting to have those dates and you know they need them to be able to keep the maintenance up. Well, these street races like this, you don't have to do that. You don't have to keep them on the schedule to get their investment
Mhm.
back. You just go to Chicago for three years. Your contract's over. You go to another track. You go to a Navy base. You go to X, Y, and Z. So I think it's a cool idea. I don't want a whole bunch of road courses, but I like the idea of taking
Right.
one of them and changing it up from time to time.
That's a good final thought.
All right. Well, that's Goat Talk for the week. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was a little bit different without Pat, but
Yep.
in a good way. I don't know why I said it that way. It's different because we get to be have Jake on here and have a good time. Appreciate you being on here, Jake.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nobody's showing up if it's just me, so we need somebody to draw in the crowd.
It definitely ain't me. No.
We miss Pat. Pat, can't wait for you to come back and be a part of the show again. But yeah, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for being a part of Goat Talk, showing up this week. We've got the Thursday Night Thunder right after this. Short Tracks SRX. What track are they at tonight? I don't know.
Concord.
Concord. So if you're racing that, get in there and get to practicing. If not, we'll see the soapbox after and see how it goes. So, all right, guys. Well, y'all have a great night, a safe weekend. Don't forget the GT3 series tomorrow night at Long Beach. That'll be a fun one. Even if you don't feel like you're going to win the race, definitely come out. It's a fun race track to race at, so it should be put on a pretty good show. And don't forget all the nonprofit stuff that we've talked about early part of the show. And then don't forget to go to SAVE22, our presenting sponsor. Go to their website. If you haven't liked one of their recent videos, go do that. If you haven't subscribed to their YouTube, please go do that. Go to the website, share their website on Facebook. If they got a post that they shared on Facebook, make sure that you go and reshare it. Anything that we can do to kind of strengthen that partnership, but also help them. And if you feel like you want to donate a few dollars after their building was vandalized, I think that'd be a great way to show support as well. They didn't ask for that. They didn't ask us to do that. It's just me saying, I'm not telling you to do it, but just saying that would be a great idea if you want to. They could definitely use the help. But as always, your love and support and your word of mouth, spreading the word of SAVE22 and GLR for veterans and first responders, always appreciated. But y'all have a great night. Thank y'all so much for watching, and we will see y'all next week. Bye.